Episode 29, The Truth Behind Plastinated Human Body Specimens.
各位观众大家好
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Ironclad Irrefutable Evidence series. Please don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this program. This is a critical issue related to the well-being and security of each individual, every community, and our entire society. Thank you very much for your attention and support. In this video, we're going to talk about the secrets behind the public exhibitions that display plastinated bodies of human beings for exorbitant profits. We believe that many of the bodies displayed in these exhibits were people killed by the CCP via organ harvesting, torture, or execution, including those of Falun Gong practitioners. As a result, China has become the largest exporter of plastinated human body specimens in the world. Immediately after the CCP's persecution of Falun Gong began in 1999, over a dozen plastination companies emerged in China. Let's begin by taking a look at the first two that emerged. Von Hagen's Plastination Company. One of the largest human body plastinization companies in the world is Von Hagen's Plastinization Company. Von Hagen's Plastinization Company Ltd. Dalian was the first body plastinization company established in China. The company was founded by Gunther von Hagens, who invented the plastination technique in 1977. This body preservation process replaces the bodily fluids in a corpse with chemicals that preserve most of the properties of the original tissue. In August 1999, 1 month after the CCP began its nationwide crackdown on Falun Gong, the Dalian municipal government approved Von Hagen's Plastination to build a factory in Dalian High-Tech Industrial Park with a startup capital of $15 million US. Von Hagen's business was honored by the local government. In September 1999, Bo Xilai, then mayor of Dalian City, personally presented the Xinghai Friendship Award to Von Hagen's. In July 2002, Hagen's company was recognized as a high-tech enterprise by the Dalian municipal government due to its advanced technology in the field of plastination. Von Hagen's established in Dalian a global network for acquisition, processing, transportation, and exhibition of cadavers. In November 2003, Von Hagen's was interviewed by a Chinese magazine called Oriental Outlook Weekly. It reported that Von Hagen's plastinization exported plastinated Chinese corpses to countries around the world, earning hundreds of millions of dollars in a 4-year span, from 1999 to 2003. On February 29, 2012, after Bo Xilai was arrested, it was reported that the door of Von Hagen's plastination factory in Dalian was closed forever. After that, the entire factory was demolished by the government. Dalian Hoffen Biotechnique Company. In 1994, an anatomist named Cui Hongjin went to Heidelberg University to learn plastination from Von Hagen's. In 1999, he then became the general manager of Von Hagen's factory in China. After leaving the factory in 2002, he established Dalian Medical University Plastination Company with strong support from the local government. In January 2004, Cui expanded his business and established Dalian Hoffen Biotechnique Company. Von Hagen's company and Dalian Hoffen Biotechnique Company once collectively captured a 90% share of the entire body plastinization market in China. On January 1, 2004, the Plastinated Human Body exhibit quietly opened at the Museum of Natural History in Beijing. The Chinese public, including the media, did not receive the exhibit well. 4 months later, Cui presented Body Worlds, which was sponsored by the Chinese Society of Anatomy. This time, it received a lot of support from different levels of the CCP government. For instance, the CCP's Central Propaganda Department and the Ministry of Health took steps to silence any controversy surrounding the exhibit. Wu Yi, then Vice Premier of the State Council, asked officials from the Ministry of Health to visit the exhibition site to provide guidance and conduct field research. In addition to a 4-month tour across China, Body Worlds also traveled to South Korea and the United States. From 2004 to 2012, multiple sets of human body specimens manufactured by Sway's company toured more than 60 cities in over 20 countries. Premier exhibitions, massively profitable shows were provided with specimens by the Dalian Hoffen Company. In the company's SEC 10K filing, it says, "In 2004, we leveraged our experience in the exhibition business and expanded our operations to conduct human anatomy exhibitions. For fiscal 2009, approximately 67% of our revenue was derived from human anatomy exhibitions. We are presently in possession of multiple human anatomy sets, which are known as Bodies Revealed, Bodies the Exhibition, and Our Body, the Universe Within." It also outlined the company's revenue increase from $30,087,000 in 2007 to $61,454,000 in 2008, a 104% change attributed to an increase in exhibition revenue. All the published experiment reports, research papers, and announcements inevitably emphasize freshness in the production process of human plastinated specimens, for the reason that human plastinated specimens should be made from intact, unfixed, and fresh cadavers. Let's take a look at the murky sources of the cadavers used by plastination companies and body exhibitions. Are they donated corpses? Both Von Hagen's company and Dalienhofen denied it. On August 17, 2012, Deutsche Welle, a German international news outlet, interviewed Gunther Von Hagen's son, Rurik Von Hagens. When asked if they received any body donations from Chinese citizens, he replied, "In China, we tried to establish a body donor program. There were some people who were interested, but we only ended up getting one actual donor." In August 2012, Sui Hongjin told a Chinese newspaper, Southern Metropolis Daily, "So far, none of the bodies we used for plastination has been donated. Due to the influence of traditional Chinese culture, Chinese people oppose donating their organs. They would be even more unwilling to donate their entire body to be exhibited publicly." Are they from law enforcement? In 2004, a German news outlet, Der Spiegel, reported that in Von Hagen's company's database, there was an entry for a 9-month-old fetus that had been stored in the company's warehouse from March 26, 2001. The item number given to the fetus was 01BR018, gender male, nationality domestic, source of the specimen police. How could a 9-month-old fetus come from a police station? Dalienhofen admitted their corpses were from the Public Security Bureau. In 2012, we called Sui Hongjin to ask him what the main source of his corpses was. He said, "Dozens of them were collected from the Public Security Bureau, Dalian Municipal Public Security Bureau." Let's listen to the recording. Subject of investigation, Sui Hongjin, founder of Dalienhofen Biotechnique Company. Date of investigation, June 2012.
Hello?
Hello, may I speak to Professor Sui Hongjin?
Who's this?
Is this Professor Sui?
Yes, this is.
When Bo Xilai was the mayor, Von Hagen's Plastination Company Limited was established, and you were the general manager, right?
Correct.
Can you tell us how Bo Xilai and his wife, Gu Kailai, were related to Von Hagen's Plastination Company Limited?
I took care of this thing, and the main consideration was to give Von Hagen's Dalian Xinghai Friendship Award.
Correct.
At that time, it was just in the selection period of Dalian Xinghai's Friendship Award, and he was selected and granted the award. After that, Hagens himself uses this award to publicly highlight the close relationship between him and Bo Xilai. Later, I left his company.
We know this.
He publicly spoke a lot about the relationship between him and Mayor Bo. He met Bo Xilai in the award ceremony and took photos with him.
What is the main source of the corpses your company has used?
Dozens of them were collected from the Public Security Bureau. It is the Public Security Bureau who provided them.
How many bodies have you received so far?
I can't remember it now, a few dozens. If you come over to investigate it in person, I will tell you these things. It is not proper to say it on the phone.
Which Public Security Bureau provided them to you?
Dalian Municipal Public Security Bureau.
The corpses you used were from the Public Security Bureau. Do you know how they obtained them?
It should be, how to put it, in 2004, there was an internal report to the Ministry of Public Security. Because it is not appropriate for me to inquire about the details of some things, I just checked the results. How about this? Since this topic is quite sensitive and I am willing to be cooperative with your investigation, if it is necessary, I can talk to you in person. And if you need me to sign something to confirm what happened, it is totally fine. I will take responsibility for my words.
Who supervises you? Is it Dalian Medical University?
Yes, but regarding Hagen's things, I think I am more familiar than the school.
Thank you for cooperating with our investigation. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
In our recording, he claimed the corpses came from the police department. In Sui Hongjin's body collection, there is a special mother and baby specimen, a female body with a 3-month-old fetus in her womb. According to Chinese laws, pregnant women cannot be sentenced to capital punishment, and even if they passed away in an accident, it would be extremely unlikely for their family members to allow their loved ones to be used as human specimens for display. How could a specimen like this have come from the police department? Then we called the chief of Dalian Municipal Public Security Bureau, Sun Guangtian, to find out what he had to say about the source of the plastinated bodies. Let's listen to the recording. Subject of investigation, Sun Guangtian, chief of Dalian Public Security Bureau from 2000 to 2003. Date of investigation, September 18th, 2012.
Hello.
Hello, is this Sun Guangtian, Deputy Mayor of Dalian?
Yes.
This is the Secretary of Deputy Secretary Xia Deren of the Liaoning Provincial Communist Party Committee. Secretary Xia asked me to pass along a few words to you.
Oh, go ahead.
There are many things going on now, and no matter what happens, if someone asks, don't disclose any information regarding the sales of Falun Gong practitioners' corpses by Gu Kailai, Bo Xilai's wife.
What's your last name?
My last name is Wang.
Is Wang the last name of Secretary Xia's secretary?
Yes. I was recently transferred.
Oh.
Can you do it?
Oh. Go ahead.
It shouldn't be leaked if some other agencies come to inquire about it.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Another thing is that Secretary Xia also wants you to warn the relevant insiders at the Dalian Public Security Bureau not to disclose this matter.
Please let Secretary Xia know that he can trust me to get it done, all right?
Fine. Okay. Goodbye.
Sun Guangtian promised to keep the sale of Falun Gong practitioners' corpses a secret, tacitly acknowledging that such sales do indeed exist. Also in 2004, a government-sponsored magazine, Health Vocational Education, published an article, The Collection of Human Cadavers. The article discussed sources of cadavers and said, obtaining the support from the public security, procuratorate, and court system is essential, since they are the main sources of the cadavers. Premier Exhibitions had a disclaimer on their website that tells us a lot about Plastination Company's source of cadavers. Here's what it said. The exhibit displays human remains of Chinese citizens or residents, which were originally received by the Chinese Bureau of Police. The Chinese Bureau of Police may receive bodies from Chinese prisons. Premier cannot verify that the human remains you are viewing are not those of persons who were incarcerated in Chinese prisons. The exhibit displays full-body cadavers as well as human body parts, organs, fetuses, and embryos that come from cadavers of Chinese citizens or residents. With respect to the human parts, organs, fetuses, and embryos you are viewing, Premier relies solely on the representations of its Chinese partners and cannot independently verify that they do not belong to persons executed while incarcerated in Chinese prisons. Are they executed prisoners? During his interview with the Southern Metropolis Daily, Cui Hongjin also said, "In fact, none of the cadavers were from executed prisoners. Since the first day of Dalienhofen, we have never used any such corpses." Are they really unclaimed bodies? Arnie Geller, the chairman of Premier Exhibitions, told ABC News that these are all legitimate unclaimed bodies. Geller, like most Westerners, were uninformed that the government system in China is deeply corrupt. The unclaimed label is given to the bodies of people where authorities don't inform the deceased's family or they don't allow them to claim the body. All of the plastinated specimens had their skin removed. This makes unclaimed bodies a valuable commodity for all parties involved. Sourcing from Falun Gong practitioners. Upon completing this inquiry, we found it feasible that some of the bodies displayed in these exhibits belonged to Falun Gong practitioners. China didn't have legislation and customs regulations regarding human remains until August 1, 2006. The lack of legislation made it easier to export untraceable human bodies. The human body plastination industry was nurtured by a government committing genocide against Falun Gong practitioners. The plastination industry grew simultaneously with the pace of the persecution. It is reasonable to believe that the persecuted practitioners' unclaimed bodies were monetized for profit. The diabolical policy authorized unrestricted killing of practitioners and even selling their unclaimed bodies with no accountability. You can use all means to suppress it. There is no need to follow the laws. You won't be liable for the killings. All agencies should not be involved in the investigation of Falun Gong practitioners' deaths and injuries. The 610 office was specifically set up by Jiang Zemin to persecute Falun Gong. In September 2013, Director Zhao of the 610 office in Ji County, Tianjin, admitted that the organs and cadavers of Falun Gong practitioners were being sold by the Dalian mayor's wife with his approval. Subject of investigation: Director Zhao of the 610 office in Jin County, Tianjin. Date of investigation: September 2013.
喂，你好，刘玉玲啊。刘玉玲办
Is
公室
this
吗？
the 610 office?
Yes,
Do you know that you're part of a criminal group?
I am. Who's this?
Once the persecution is over, what will happen to you? Do you ever think about it? Don't you see Gu Kailai's whereabouts now? It appears...
How could Gu Kailai's case be related to us?
It is known that Gu Kailai killed a British businessman, but her greater crime was selling Falun Gong practitioners' organs and bodies. Today's trial is far from over. It's just the beginning. The next step is to put all who are involved in the persecution of Falun Gong behind bars for the full extent of the investigation.
I never persecute you. Do we persecute you?
The whole world knows that the 610 office is functioning like the Gestapo of World War II. People around the world will chase you down, like what they're doing with the Nazis. Do you know that?
Did Gu Kailai sell Falun Gong practitioners' organs?
Yes, she assisted with setting up 2 human corpse plastination factories in Dalian. A complete corpse is worth over $1 million on international market, and a human remain without organs sells for $800,000.
Oh.
She is a devil.
What she sold were not all from Falun Gong practitioners.
You know that they were not all from Falun Gong practitioners, right? Some were Tibetans and Mongolians who were killed for petitioning.
Forget it.
It is quite possible that some of the bodies used for specimen production belonged to Falun Gong practitioners that were murdered by live organ harvesting. For example, on December 29, 2001, Hagens received an encrypted email from Cui Hongjin, who was his Dalian plastinization factory's general manager at that time. Cui told his boss, who was in Heidelberg, Germany, that 2 fresh top-quality corpses arrived at the factory this morning, and he also mentioned that their livers were removed a few hours ago in a hospital. The use of fresh corpses for experiments. In addition to the body plastinization factories, quite a few hospitals have also used fresh corpses of young people to perform organ transplant experiments. From January 1999 to August 2006, Weifeng People's Hospital of Shandong Province used the experimental methods to excise livers from at least 35 fresh corpses. They performed 5 piggyback liver transplant operations, 4 classic liver transplant surgeries, and 26 liver transplant simulation experiments. All of the liver donors were male and aged between 19 and 43. As of 2002, the second affiliated hospital of Harbin Medical University used 58 formalin-fixed adult cadaver livers and 8 fresh livers for applied anatomy research of split liver transplantation. As of 2004, the hospital had conducted autonomical studies on 30 formaldehyde-fixed adult cadavers and 10 fresh cadavers. Ten Jianming, director of the Department of Urological Surgery and vice president of Fuzhou General Hospital of Nanjing Military Region, had performed at least 40 pancreatic islet cell transplant experiments on animals in over 2 years. Unexpectedly, he encountered numerous failures when he applied the same technique to human pancreas. In the second half of 2002, his research hit a low point, as more than 40 human pancreas trials failed. However, at the end of 2002, the separation of human pancreatic cells was achieved, and it was followed by a series of breakthroughs such as adult pancreatic digestion, as well as isolation, purification, and effective processing of pancreatic islet cells. These all involved experiments conducted on human bodies. In early 2003, Ten, as the chief surgeon, performed a pancreatic islet cell transplant for a 13-year-old diabetic patient. In summary, the CCP's crime of live organ harvesting against Falun Gong practitioners is only part of its continuous history of brutalizing the Chinese people. A review of the CCP's recent history would be helpful to understand this persecution and the tragedies it has done to the Chinese nation and humanity in general. Please continue to watch Episode 30, the CCP's history of killing and murderous campaigns. In particular, please note that this is a worldwide unrestricted war without gunpowder. The CCP's crime of live organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners not only continues, but has spread throughout society. For example, in 2013, a 6-year-old child, Little Binbin, in Shanxi, went missing. 2 days later, he was found with his eyes gouged out for his cornea. Dozens of university students in Wuhan disappeared for no reason in recent years, and countless children and women go missing every year. Live organ harvesting has become a threat to everyone. Perhaps, as we are talking, many kind and innocent people are being put onto operation tables for their organs, and also many have been detained in dark prisons for many years, and their hearts, livers, and kidneys are waiting to be excised in an indescribably cruel way at any moment. How urgently they need rescue from the outside world. How excruciating it is for their parents, brothers, and sisters to bear the pain of missing their loved ones for years. Live organ harvesting signifies an unprecedented atrocity that has never existed on this planet. We cannot heartlessly ignore the fact that the Chinese Communist Party is ravaging and killing people. We cannot watch the CCP flagrantly destroy the bottom line of morality with lies, coercion, and financial lures that aim to silence and lead the entire human race to fundamental destruction without taking action. We urge everyone to like, subscribe, and spread the word about our program. Let your family, relatives, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and anybody else in your social circle know the facts of the CCP's mass organ harvesting from living Falun Gong practitioners. Please tell the whole world the truth and stand together to put a stop to the CCP's crimes against humanity. This is a critical issue related to the well-being and security of each individual, every community, and our entire society. Thank you very much for your attention and support.
感谢各位朋友，感谢大家的关注支持。
World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong, WOIPFG, was founded on January 20th, 2003. It is based in New York with branches in Europe, Australia, Asia, and Canada. WOIPFG's mission is to investigate the criminal conduct of all institutions, organizations, and individuals involved in the persecution of Falun Gong. To bring such investigations, no matter how long it takes, no matter how far and deep we have to search, to full closure, to exercise fundamental principles of humanity, and to restore and uphold justice in society. The principle of our investigation holds that those who have committed crimes shall be brought to justice. Individuals shall bear the same responsibility for their involvement in their organization's crimes, and those instigating the persecution shall bear the same responsibility of those who have physically carried out the persecution. We intend to uproot state-sanctioned crimes and safeguard human morality. The criminal conduct of all individuals within organizations, units, and departments involved in the persecution will be thoroughly investigated and brought to justice. During his interview with the Southern Metropolis Daily, Cui Hongjin also said, "In fact, none of the cadavers were from executed prisoners. Since the first day of Dalienhofen, we have never used any such corpses."